What's up, ZoxFAM? We're back. Now, we have to have an important conversation because we're obviously all waiting for Etherea restart. And in the meantime, there are some other games that I'm actually pretty excited into potentially covering on the channel. And I wanted to talk to you guys about that. Now, on top of that, we also have made a major shift in the ZoxFAM community. There is a lot of revamping that I want to talk to you guys about and something that I need you guys' help with, okay? So we're going to touch on those things. But first things first, let's talk about Etherea restart and this new game that I'm, potentially looking at. Now, with that being said, Etherea Restart is definitely still one of the games that I want to have focused on this channel. I'm extremely excited. We played every single beta up to this point, and I feel like it is also worth saying that I really truly believe that that game, when it releases, is going to be by far one of the best games in the market. Now, the thing is, though, is that the game is being cooked. We have to wait for the developers to do their magic, and in the meantime, I want to make sure that I'm actually bringing you guys content that has merit. So yes, there will still be Etherea Restart news, there will still be coverage, there will still be collab videos. So I will still have those when it makes sense flowing onto the channel. So don't think that that content is just going to disappear. I am still a part of the Etherea Restart team and still working closely with trying to create a better space, not only for you guys, but also for the content creators that's going to be becoming a part of the scene. All right. Now, with that being said, now I know somebody's going to ask, do I know the release date? I do not. I promise you guys, as soon as I get more information, you guys will be the first to know. But what we can at least say is that we do know that there's another CBT coming up, which makes sense. There was a lot of feedback given as far as shell components and just how that essentially is working within the game. And there's also talks, obviously, that the content that we've seen, not visibly seen it, but we've seen it in the game, was like the guild versus guild. So maybe we could be possibly seeing some of these things in the next CBT. And I'm just hoping that at that point, the game will be more than ready to have set for release. But like I said, I'll let you guys know more info as soon as I have any. But what game are we going to be taking a look at in the meantime? Because like I said, I want to make sure that we constantly have content flowing on the channel, and I'm kind of bored. I want to play something. And what we're going to actually be streaming on twitch.tv/Zoxaskun is a game that I actually have been looking at for quite some time, but we're going to be trying it for the first time. Now, listen, depending on how things go, I might feel a little bit, inspired. And if you guys even really care or want, might make some guides for it. It's a game called Tribe 9. Now, I know some of you guys might be kind of excited for this game. I've seen a lot of you guys actually talking about this game, but I really started to dive a little bit deeper into the gameplay mechanics in this game, and it looks really freaking good. And it's kind of funny because it kind of has some of the elements that I feel like we have had displayed in Etherea Restart, and that's something that I'm actually really excited for, right? So basically, this is going to be a game that's taking place in Tokyo. Now, it starts out where you kind of see there's these 8-bit kind of animation or gameplay scenic introductions where you kind of see that you get to kind of go around the, Neo Tokyo, right? But the thing about the game that I found to be quite interesting is that, for example, it has the trigger a battle without enemy noticing to gain battle advantage. So that's kind of giving us some of those things that we kind of get to see in Etherea Restart, which, is always fun to see. Then, of course, you could basically encounter multiple enemies. And I thought that this was actually a really neat mechanic, but being able to encounter at once a whole bunch of enemies so that you can basically wipe them all out at one time. So it kind of seems like there's some saving time gimmicks that exist within the game, which seems pretty cool. But then on top of that, you're basically able to investigate the stains of wiped out players and strategize based on this info. So what kind of gives and really what the vibe of this is giving, if you guys have ever played games like Elden Ring or Bloodborne, there usually would be some sort of after image of a character doing something with a after message that would be left behind saying, hey, jump like this or jump over this, and it would lead you to something, or it would help you maybe not die in a certain way because maybe they experienced that. So it's kind of cool that these types of things exist in this game. I thought that was just really neat. neat. Now, on top of that, they seem to have some puzzles, which I'm always kind of interested in. I feel like if you're going to have a universe to traverse in, you definitely want to have gimmicks to kind of play into. So it looks like they do incorporate some of that. Now, the other thing is too, there's obviously tons of dungeons, it looks like, and then there's rewards. So obviously, if I get the loot things, I'm going to play it. Now, on top of that, what really got me super interested was the game system. Now, the game system actually has it to where it is a real-time battle with 2 allies to form a party of 3. So that was something that I was actually kind of intrigued in, because I was like, wait a minute, like they have like kind of like the dodge parrying, they have kind of like it looks like possibly like animation canceling and a whole bunch of other things based off of the character that you're using, because you kind of see like the slow-mo and things of that nature. But I think the teaming up part is what I'm actually the most excited about, and seeing how that actually works as far as like player interaction, right? Now, the other thing is too, is that they have something where you're able to basically coordinate attacks with your allies. And that is essentially how you're going to be able to get like different bonuses and just essentially scaling some of your damage. So that, with the tension system that they seem to have within the game, seems really cool. So I was like, okay, we might be doing something here. Now, the other thing is too, is that it says when the enemy reaches maximum tension, their attack patterns will change and become even more ferocious. Now, I love challenges. So for me, it's like, hey, I like getting good, and if this game is gonna slap me around a little bit, then I'm for it, right? I'm just saying. So even with that, they have the perfect evasion and deflect, and I'm actually kind of more so interested in the deflect mechanic, because I feel like the perfect evasion is actually a pretty predominant like mechanic in a lot of these games, but just being able to like purely deflect seems like something that would be really, really cool. And then you kind of almost have like this bullet hell presentation in the combat as well. So it seems like we're getting so many different game genres mixed into one. So it just seems like it's going to be a really, really fun game to play. Now, of course, the other thing for me is customization. So there does seem to be some layering as far as like equipping different pieces of gear. The characters also look really cool as well. And I think that that's another thing that for me was one of the biggest draw-ins. When I was kind of looking at the game, it kind of gave me Persona vibes, which is why I was kind of like, okay, cool. This looks a little bit like in game, at least, like that vibe. But then the game still looks fairly unique as far as the characters go. And there's a ton of different variations in the characters, their looks, the styles. I'm not gonna lie, this guy right here, Q, he just looks sick. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. This man looks sick. And what's kind of interesting is like they kind of all have like this like Tokyo streetwear kind of appeal. So like a lot of the characters have like their weapon is like a baseball bat, which I thought was kind of interesting, which makes me kind of interested in the lore and what's essentially going to be the case as far as like, why are they like this? What are they fighting over, etc. Right? So again, the characters for me are like really diverse. I think they did a pretty good job. And oh my god, and Noki, like I gotta get her. Like, bro, blue flame on a sword? Like, what? Like, come on, man. So either way, we're going to be actually trying this game out. I'm actually really excited because they're going to be releasing on the 20th. So I'm going to have an event in my Discord where we actually will be jumping into this. Now, that, of course, is going to be gatewaying us into a whole nother matter. And this is by far one of the biggest announcements that I've made in a very long time. Now, with that being said, we currently have a transition happening for the ZoxFAM community. It is now being categorized, and I am now calling it the Zoxaskun, okay? Zoxaskun Gaming Network, okay? Now, ZoxFAM obviously will still exist, but this is now going to be incorporating not only a gaming community, but a clan. So yes, ZoxFAM is now going to be a like official clan. I'm not just like making it a thing that's just attached to me as a YouTuber. I'm actually pushing for it to be an official clan. I want it to be a house name that exists in multiple games, and I feel like it already does in the gacha space, but this is now incorporating my AAA channel or like my console gaming, PC gaming channel, as well as with my gacha gaming channel. Now, I have actually had like just been blessed to have met some individuals, specifically got to shout out the homie EXO for helping with the revamp in the brand new Discord. And the brand new Discord is insane. Like, it is so many different features and functions that exist in there. It is going to allow you guys to have some of the best interactions, just ease of the eyes. Everything is just much cleaner, and it's just going to make it much easier for me to be able to engage with you guys so that we can continue to have a blast, right? I just want to always make sure I'm offering you guys some of the best content I can on the YouTube side, but I also want to make sure that I'm giving you guys some of those features on Discord and things of that nature. So it's going to be of the utmost importance that you guys move over to the Zoxaskun Gaming Network Discord. That Discord, like I said, is going to have some roles set up right now. They're kind of a little bit more generalized, but we're going to have more specific roles coming in the near future. So stay tuned for that. We're going to have a ton of different events that'll also be posted in there so that you guys can be aware of when things are happening. For example, this stream for the Tribe 9, we're going to also have that inside of the Discord as well. So I'm really excited. I feel like, again, a really big component of what has made this community insane and just super fun has been you guys. I appreciate all of you guys that have already started moving over. And if you know anybody else that's a part of the ZoxFAM that hasn't moved over, send them the link to the Discord. We are pushing to get at least 1,000 of you guys over, because that would really help out a ton with the onboarding for the Discord. Again, that's going to be massive, because then we can have more people coming into the Discord. We can have more visibility of the Zoxaskun Gaming Network and just really the Zoxaskun clan. Now, of course, with that, the ZoxFAM clan is a thing that you can decide if you want to join or not. I definitely would say highly recommend. It's going to be something that I'm actually isolating a little bit more for like LFGs, for certain resources within the clan if we are doing something more competitive. And yes, this is going to be open to a variety of different games. So whether you are playing a AAA game or you're playing a gacha game, it's just going to be a little bit more of an isolated pocket where we can try to connect you with more people that are interested in that specific thing, to helping you formulate a clan or helping you formulate a group for farming, or even helping you with resources, to basically make your process easier in that game. So again, guys, this is going to be, like I said, a absolutely massive, opportunity, and shift in what I'm doing. Like I said, I just really want you guys to get more out of being a part of the ZoxFAM, and I really just want you guys to really have fun. And so I feel like that space is now created, and now we just have to fill it. So with that being said, guys, I'm actually really excited. Like I said, we are still going to be pumping Etherea Restart content as it comes, but I don't want to force anything. I want the content to be organic. I want it to be engaging, and I want it to be fun. So like I said, twitch.tv/Zoxaskun. I'm going to have all the links down below. Make sure you guys check it out. If you're from Dislike, if you're from Etherea Restart, no matter what game you're from, if you're on this channel, make sure you join the Discord, because if at any point we have a game come out that you want to be a part of, it's going to more than likely be featured in the Discord, and there's going to be an entire community backing it, so that you have a place for resources and just a place to connect with others, right? So that's going to be basically that. Again, guys, stay blessed. I'm really excited. Hope to see some of you guys at the stream on Twitch, because that's going to be fun. But that's going to be that, guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.